From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another episode of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Mac's, brought to you by our good friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Wealth Advisory Team of Bruss Nutter down at Ponte Vedra Beach, and the Southern Grill right there on the South Bank. We're talking ball, we're talking business, we're talking a former NFL quarterback, Cleo Lemon. He joins me here on the show. Cleo.
Thank you for having me.
Man, how are you?
Absolutely.
Great
Doing
to
well.
see you.
Yeah.
You walked in, I was like, you quarterbacks are big guys, man.
Yeah,
you
man.
have to be, don't you?
Well, you got to take those hits, man, so you got to take care of yourself.
No
right?
doubt, no doubt. All right, 8 years, NFL and CFL. What a great career. Congratulations. You were here for a little bit. Tell me about the career, and when you look back, what comes to mind first and foremost?
Man, a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of commitment, but at the same time, a lot of fun. Met some really great people along my journey, established some great relationships, and man, it was just fun to be able to play ball for a living and really experience that. Yeah,
no doubt. Now, you made it back to Jacksonville. Are you full-time here? What's the deal?
So at the end of my NFL career, I signed with the Jaguars as a backup here to David Garrard.
Yep.
And, man, I just fell in love with the city.
Yeah.
So once I was here, I was leaving Miami, another great city as well. But,
that's right.
I was at the point of my life. I was ready to start a family.
Yep.
Had been married.
You've done the
maybe
Miami
a year.
thing.
That was over with. So I was moving on to the next phase.
Totally.
And wanted to start my family, man. I just felt like, for me, being a small town guy, I'm from Mississippi.
Okay.
And being here, it kind of felt like home. And
it's awesome.
And it's been here ever since.
Yeah. It's a great place to live, to be in business, just to be around.
Absolutely.
Right? And
Absolutely.
the people are great.
The city is great. The people they're amazing.
Yeah.
I've gotten to know a lot of people in the community. My daughter and my son, they love to go to the beach. So, it checks off every box for us.
Tell me, I've never played in the Canadian Football League. The field's wider, right? So the outside, the number throws are longer.
Right.
What else is different?
The speed of the game. Yeah,
Okay.
the motion.
Yep.
The speed of the game was probably my biggest adjustment.
Okay.
It's a 20-second running clock. It's like playing basketball on turf.
Oh, wow.
So it's 20 seconds.
Okay,
Once that ball hits, you're right back at it.
Wow.
And now, for the people that watch it, you see all the different types of motion and people moving.
Right.
The 12th man on the field, right? So
right.
that's an extra guy on the field. It makes a difference to a quarterback, right?
I bet it does.
So it was fun. It was exciting, but at the same time, the different rules.
Yeah.
Just learning the game. It took me a while, but I enjoyed it.
I always talk about, when I talk about QBs, you got to be so tough because you get the crap kicked out of you. You get the glamour. You're typically the highest paid guy. You get the girl, everything. You do. You're alpha males. You are, but you got to stand there and make throws knowing you're going to get clobbered. That to me is special.
Well, yes, it's almost suicidal at the same time because I've been in situations where, just to think back on it, we were playing the Patriots.
Yep.
I was with the Dolphins. And, man, Vince Wilfork laid into me.
Did he?
When I say,
that's a big dude.
Oh, my goodness.
370?
Yeah, and try him.
My ribs just touched each other.
Putting all his weight on you and just I'm talking about everything in me just leave my body as I'm laying on the ground. But, you have to stand in there and look down that barrel and deliver the ball.
Your teammates are counting on it.
Everybody's counting on it.
And once you do, they love you forever.
Absolutely.
And they'll protect you forever,
and that
which
football,
is a great thing.
That football attracts a crowd for some reason.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. All right, you went into coaching. You're in sales with PepsiCo. Before we get into that, what's the number one thing football taught you?
I would say, man, you're going to get knocked down.
Yeah.
That's part of it. That's part of life.
Yep.
But how you respond to it, I think that's probably taught me the most. And just, the phrase we always use is be a pro.
Yeah.
I think I had a love for the game as I came up, but I really learned how to be a professional. In the NFL. It taught me, to be accountable.
Yep.
how to hold other people accountable, and at the same time, it's a big
as a
part of
QB,
leadership.
you're a built-in leader.
It's a big
whether
part
you
of
like it or
leadership,
not.
and the communication aspect, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in that locker room is from all different backgrounds,
Yep.
and being able to be a part of that, and you know how special that is.
That's so special. The world should spend time in the locker room. We'd be much more happy.
And that's the one thing
place.
you do miss, right? Once you're done playing, you miss that part of it,
Totally.
The camaraderie. But at the same time, you learn so much from it, you take so much from it. But at the same time, you give so much into it. You know, your blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. And then when it all comes together, it's glorious, isn't it?
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. You can't put in the words. You can't put in the words. People ask, what's it like? I'm like, every adjective you can think of that's phenomenal, that's what it is.
Stepping in that huddle, I think that's where I took the most pride. You know, when you step in that huddle and you're looking in the eyes of your teammates, and you know, they're looking for you for answers, and you got to deliver. All
right, did the coaching thing. You wanted to start a family. You got into sales with PepsiCo, great company. Tell us about that real quick.
Man, it's been something different. You know, it's been challenging as far as me learning something new. You know, at this point in my life. But I'm excited about it. It's something that's, you know, it has me energized, right? I'm busy, consistently busy. I'm always looking for that next sale, looking for that next opportunity. And at the same time, I'm working with some great people. I'm learning the business.
Good.
I'm just in a good place right now.
That's great. And family? Your family?
Family's doing well. You know, been married. 15-year anniversary was maybe like a month ago, and we celebrated.
Congrats.
That was great. My kids are getting older. My daughter's 12, my son is 8, and they're starting school next week. So yeah, it's exciting times right now.
Cool, man. Well, I'm really happy for you, man, and it's great to see you again.
Absolutely.
And you're welcome back anytime. And if we can help you here at the Horse's Mouth with anything, you just let us know.
Yeah, thank you for
All right,
inviting me.
cheers. Yeah, awesome. Cleo Lemon, everybody. Just, man, you know, I could talk ball all day long, and it's not just about football or any sport. It's about what you learn from it, and what you take from it, and what you do with it after your career is over. So that's going to do it for this time around. If you like these kind of conversations, you'll find more at iwanttabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV, back at the bar, back at Tommy Max, and we're doing great things here in the city of Jacksonville, brought to you by our good friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Wealth Advisory Team of Bruss Nutter down in Ponte Vedra Beach, and the Southern Grill, some of the best Southern cooking you see or have ever tasted here in Jacksonville. Let's get to the panel. Mary Daniels here from Daniel Advocacy, and Rodney G.B. Clements from RN Enterprises Infusion Services, and we welcome them to the show. Hi, Mary.
Hello there.
How are you?
Good.
How's it going?
Happy to be here.
I'm so honored that you're here. Let's remind people, your husband in memory care, right, in assisted living. During COVID, you couldn't get to him. You couldn't see him. You applied for a dishwashing job, is that correct?
That's
Got
correct.
the dishwashing job so you could see it. It made national. I am honored that you're here, and you're creating change, and you're doing some awesome stuff because of it. Please tell our audience what's happening.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
Thankfully,
Cheers. Yeah, you deserve it.
Thankfully, the governor saw the story of the dishwashing and appointed me to a task force to reopen long-term care.
Nice.
We did that in 2020, and I have been working with his office at the beginning of this year in the legislative session. We just had a brand new law.
Okay.
The No Patient Left Alone bill went into law, became effective July the 1st.
Okay.
So that no one in long-term care or in hospitals
Okay.
will ever be isolated and locked out again.
Wow, that
pretty
is
cool.
yeah, it is cool because a lot of people went through that, didn't they? I mean, maybe not to your extreme, but in that specific stand. But a lot of people, man, they were in hospitals. They couldn't get them, couldn't touch them, couldn't feel them, couldn't even.
So many people died alone.
I know.
Truly died alone.
That's
and
one of
so
the saddest
this
parts
law
about it.
means never again. It'll
That's so
never
cool.
happen in Florida. And
Yeah.
then we're moving on. We're working on a federal bill. So we hope to do that next.
That is fantastic. And how is your husband doing?
He is doing fine. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
God
Yes.
bless him, man. Absolutely. All right, Rodney GB, how are you, my man?
Awesome.
Welcome.
Great to meet you.
Hey,
finally.
likewise. Tell us about RN Enterprises Infusion Services.
Yes, well, I've been a nurse for 25 years. My
Okay.
background background is in the Navy and the ER, pediatrics.
Thank you for your service, man.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir. And I got into home infusion about 20 years ago, and now that is a trend across the country, even before COVID. We now contract with specialty pharmacies and send nurses into people's homes to provide IV therapy, anything, IV.
Wow. Mobile units, you come to your house, take care of it, no problem.
Sir. Yep, the nurses drive independently to people's homes and take care of them.
So and this may sound foolish, but you remember the when it first came out, the buses, you could, if you were hungover, you'd go to these buses and get the infusion. Did that kind of spark things like, man, hey, we could bring, because you're bringing medicine, right? You're bringing prescriptions.
Actually, that came later. It's been around. We provide medications to people's homes, and but that is a thing now. There's several businesses, even in Jacksonville, that provide that kind of hungover service, and you can get vitamins and that kind of thing.
I've never needed it.
Yeah, me neither.
I stick my head in ice water.
Did I laugh out loud on that? I'm sorry.
But our nurses generally administer medications that are sometimes worth tens of thousands per month.
Okay.
So it's high dollar for the pharmacies, and they need a nurse to do it. So we contract with them and send them into the home, and it's rapidly expanding across the country.
Cool. And it's your company.
Yes, sir.
It's your baby.
We have 150 nurses in 16 states.
Wow. How long have you been doing it for?
This is our 5th year as a company.
Hey, this is some panel, guys. Are you kidding me? This is way up there. You're not the Jacksonville Jaguars sitting here, but pretty damn close. I'll tell you, pretty damn close. Well, congratulations. Let me ask you this: as you're growing, as you're moving forward, what's the biggest challenge or hurdle that you got to get through from a company standpoint? From business?
Well, initially in Florida, the licensing, they divide the state into 11 regions. You have to have a physical office and get an inspection and license. So we're the first statewide nursing agency that I know of that's actually expanded across the state with all the licensing. Great. So pharmacies coming into Florida that want to do business, they have to contract through a licensed nursing agency. So now it's our competitive advantage to have the licensing. So
just time to get that.
Yep. So it's a lot of work, but it's paying off now, and we're helping a lot of people. We have more than 800 patients on service right now.
That's great.
So,
That's great, brother. Great to have you here, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Go Jags. I know you're a Jag fan, right?
Yes,
Jag fan?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Bulldog fan, but Jag fan.
I grew up in Philly,
Absolutely.
so
Oh, you did? Okay, I like the Eagles. Yeah, I like the Eagles. No doubt about it. All right, Mary, final word is you move forward. You're going to look at trying to get it done on a federal level. Is that massively daunting, or with Governor DeSantis there?
Well, and John Rutherford's a huge supporter.
I love John. He's
awesome on our side. I'm meeting with him this week, actually, to talk about it.
Tell him I said hi. We're friends. He's a good man. Good
man.
Well, best of luck doing it. You're doing great work.
Thank you so much.
I loved having you guys on. All right, that'll do it this time around. Hey, if you like these conversations, go check out more at iwannabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Mac's, brought to you by our good friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Wealth Advisory Team of Bross Nutter and Ponte Vedra Beach, and the Southern Grill down there on the South Bank. Got a great show lined up for you today. John Scrimolo from the Clay County District Schools is here. Maria Pinto from Mindo Hats, and Randy Beesing from Any Lab Test. Now let's welcome them in. John, how are you, my friend?
I'm good to see you.
Honored to meet you. I know we got some mutual friends out there, Coach Tom McPherson and others, but great to have you on the show.
I appreciate it, and like the community connections we got going on here.
Absolutely. All right, you've been in athletics your whole career. You've been a baseball player, played at Flagler, got drafted, got into that. You're an athletic director. You were at Ridgeview.
Yep.
And now you're the Clay County athletic director, overseeing all the athletic directors in Clay County.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think that we have something really special going on in Clay County. I like to tell people we have the best student-athlete experience in the state of Florida.
Okay.
You know, some of our team of 14 athletic directors, they really do creative and innovative things for students. And on top of that, I mean, the biggest thing is our athletic program just provides organizational lift for our school district.
Sure.
Clay County District Schools, top 10 in the state of Florida, and we're really proud of everything that we do in Clay.
There's some great high schools all throughout Jacksonville, no doubt, and especially, like you said, in Clay. So what about, like, because I've spoken to athletic directors in the past. Bob Goen was a friend of mine, Florida State, God rest his soul, Florida State athletic director. He would always talk about the budget. The budget was always tough to just, because you have so many schools. Now, maybe high school is different than college, football and basketball are the main drivers, but you also have the fun field hockey and soccer and whatever else. Is that a big challenge at the high school level?
Yeah, for sure. So all of our athletic programs are self-funded. So they don't get really much, if any, money from the school district. We totally rely on ticket sales. We rely on sponsorships. We rely on in-kind donations, all those types of things. And, the role of the Interscholastic Athletic Director has changed. It used to be collect the physicals, mow the grass, and now it's creating social media marketing and building business partnerships, which is what we're looking for, because that's the experiential piece for our kids, So, but if you ever want to get involved with student athletes, you can reach out to any of our athletic directors, myself, and we'll get you hooked up something to help our community.
Cool. Great to have you here, man. Thanks for your time. Maria Pinto, how are you? Nice to meet you, Maria, from Mindo Hats. I like the hat you're wearing.
Thank you
brought
so
us a
much.
couple. Tell us about your business.
Well, I work with local hat makers in Ecuador, where my family is originally from.
Okay.
And what we work together is in the design of hats. I mean, there are classic styles that we carry, but we also do styles that are more unique, like this one.
Okay.
Yes, and they're fantastic. They have over 50 years of experience making hats.
Wow.
And I have enjoyed working with them, friends and family, and I'm just looking forward to just continue to provide the best hats my culture has to offer here in the area.
How long have you been in business?
For a year.
A year?
Yes.
Wow, good for you.
Since I started, the continued support of the community. Nassau County, I've also been here. In country clubs, everyone have been very supportive.
Great.
And I am in debt, and I'm very thankful for that.
Good.
It's a great
have you always
community.
had a passion for hats, or just fashion, or what's the background?
That is a great question. My father was passionate about hats, and he collected hats.
Oh,
so
cool.
After his passing, unfortunately, 8 years ago,
God bless him.
I inherited some of his hats that I consider they're pieces of art. And yes, the most iconic one was the Panama hat.
Yes.
That's the one that really connected to my roots. So I started talking to my family back in Ecuador, and through this family friends, we started working on this.
Awesome.
And yes, as soon as I started, the support here in the community has been amazing.
Great. Well, great to have you here. No question. And Randy Beesing, how are you?
Good.
Any lab tests now?
That's right.
Tell us about it. How long have you been in business?
So we've been in business since February of 2019.
Okay.
So we opened our first location in San Jose Boulevard, just north of 295, and then we bought an existing business about 8 months later on the corner of Atlantic and Hodges, serving the Beaches area. And then we just opened our third location at the Airport River City Marketplace.
Good for you.
So looking to expand into Gainesville, Florida next, and then we'll come back to Jacksonville and hit the west side. So,
Nice. That's
so we'll
fantastic.
have 5 locations in about 5 years.
So this is self-pay, right?
It
so
is
you don't go
self-pay.
through insurance.
Correct.
And you can take care of your own blood work. You say, hey, I want my blood. I don't have to go to the doctor. I just come into your lab and you'll do the whole markup.
Right. So it's
makeup.
affordable, accessible, and confidential. So a lot of the things that we do are STD testing, where people don't want to go on their insurance or they don't want to go to their doctor. They can just come in and confidentially order that test themselves. We do dial care, which is a telemedicine type thing they can get for treatment should they need it. We do DNA paternity testing, which is a lot of times very confidential.
A lot of people want to be under the radar on that one.
People want to be on the radar. So we do that as well. Just kind of cool with the 23andMe and things like that. Now people find these long lost relatives and want to have some DNA testing just to confirm they are who they are. And but then with clinical lab work, if your doctor orders it and you're uninsured or have high deductible plans, you can come into us and get it for a lot less expensive than going to a big box lab.
Great. We always was that your background, or like how'd you get into
So
it?
I did. I worked in medical sales and diagnostics for about 20 years, and just kind of saw a need for it. Quick, simple story. A friend of my sister's moved to Jacksonville and said, hey, I want to talk to you about this lab business. And so I went to dinner with her, answered some questions, and I thought, why did I not think of this? And so about a week later, she said, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to move to Denver. She said, you should do it in Jacksonville. And I'm like, perfect. So
no problem.
Here we are, 3 years later, three stores. My husband and I do it together. And it just really serves a need in the community. And to your point with athletic directors and athletes, a lot of them have to have their titers. If they're going to nursing school, or even athletes are having sickle cell testing done now, they can just come in and for $49 get that done and get the results in a couple of days. So
that's fantastic.
Really kind of is a little niche market.
That's great. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank
Congratulations.
You. Thanks for having me.
The private equity's coming for you. They're coming for everybody. I talk to people out there, they're coming after you.
That's right.
You got to decide, right? Whether you go for it or keep it family owned and operated.
Right.
It's a tough decision. Will be. Hopefully.
It's a franchise, so we do have that backing.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, good. That's great. Jag fan?
100%. We'll be there
Football's
tomorrow night.
Huh? Football?
Yes.
Soccer?
Well, soccer? Yes.
Same sport.
I'm
Just
a
one
baseball fan. I'm a big baseball fan.
Oh, you are? All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Baseball's a great sport. No doubt about it. Best of luck this year. Thanks for coming on. Everybody, thanks for coming on. Great to have you.
Thank you.
And best of luck with everything you're doing. All right, that'll do it this time around. If you like these kind of conversations, check out more at iwanttabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Feel a new level of comfort with underwear for men. Created for men with an active lifestyle and designed for sports, work, medical, and everyday wear. Underwear for Men has a special patented drawstring pouch which allows you to adjust the perfect custom fit around your manhood. It allows you the separation you need and the support you deserve. The drawstrings adjust to isolate and support. The mesh pouch cools and comforts. The tailored fit won't rubber chafe. A tagless plush waistband sized to fit a man's waist, and materials that are quick dry and moisture wicking. Underwear for Men is available in all your favorite styles and colors. In briefs, trunks, and 6-inch and 9-inch boxer briefs, and in your choice of cottony, extra cool, viscose, or polyester fabrics. Underwear for Men. Support your manhood.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Max, and we're talking to the special people of Jacksonville in this great city. Brought to you by our friends at Goodfellas, Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Wealth Advisory Team of Bruss Nutter down in Ponte Vedra Beach. And new to the program, semi-new, is the Southern Grill right there at Flagler Avenue. Some of the best Southern cooking you have right here in Jacksonville. Great show. Daniel Bean is here from Abel Bean Law. He makes a return visit. He looks like Clark Kent today. I gotta ask him about that. And Laura Bunso from Smart Body Physical Therapy is here as well. Let's welcome them in. How are you, Daniel?
Good, man. How are you, Tommy?
Look at you, man. You're out of the suit. You're out of the tie.
I'm just trying to copy you, baby.
You're doing good, man. Great shape. Great. You're like
you.
Clark Kent almost. Like I'm almost like shocked a little bit. Good
just
for
trying
you.
to keep up with you, man.
You brought a friend. We may or may not see him or hear him.
Yeah.
But George is here from K9 for Warriors. We love K9 for Warriors here on The Horse's Mouth. Absolutely.
Thank you.
How you been? Everything good?
I'm great. Life is great.
Great. You brought a friend.
Yeah.
Laura Bunso is here. Hey,
Yeah.
Laura.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How
Thanks
you
for
doing?
having me. Doing great.
Tell us about
Glad to be
Smart Body Physical Therapy.
Well, it's a specialty practice.
Okay.
I'm sole owner, 17 years now.
Awesome. Congrats.
And we are specializing in pelvic health now for 17 years.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know what that means or what that is, but it's what we call the center of the universe, basically.
Sure. Absolutely.
Everything between your belly button and your thighs.
Yep.
And all the things that are really challenging for people to talk about, typically. Not usually your dinner table conversation, but everyone has
I
issues
have 3
with
daughters.
it.
I call it Shark Week.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We're good.
It's
All
okay.
of those things and then some.
Sure. Yeah, no.
And we treat men too. We have men that we see after a prostatectomy who are having trouble controlling their bladder.
Yep.
We have women who've had a baby and are struggling to recover after that.
Sure.
Things that we kind of enter into martyrdom after we become mothers sometimes, and don't even know what's available to you to have help with. I've even had patients who are physicians that don't even realize what all you can have help with.
Right.
So pain with intercourse, leakage,
Sure.
bowel, bladder,
Okay.
chronic constipation that's related to your pelvic floor muscles.
Okay.
And that's the only group of muscles in your body you can't see. You can't see them when you go to the gym and work out. You could at least even see your jaw muscles.
Right.
But your pelvic floor is tucked up inside.
Underneath the core?
Yeah. Well, it's part of your core. Yeah, it's sort of like, if you think of it like a building, it's that foundation, right?
Yeah.
And so, so when you're exercising it, or when we're rehabilitating it, or working with someone who has some sort of difficulty or challenge there, we need a private room. We obviously need gloves. So it's a very different setting than your average physical therapy clinic, but it is all still outpatient physical therapy, just like if you went, if you had rotator cuff surgery or something like that, but it has a lot more of a boutique feel to it because everyone has a private room.
Like a spa-esque.
A little bit, a little bit more like that, rather than a big open gym with everybody in there.
Is it a holistic approach? Is that what we're talking
well,
about?
we always want to think about the whole person, but it's definitely we want to be evidence-based with what we're doing and looking at the medical literature and trying to go with what the most current things are, but considering that whole person's well-being as we move through that.
And do they have a brick and mortar location?
We do. It's on South Point Parkway.
Oh, great.
It's just down the road, and it's been there for over a decade in that location.
So how do people find you?
Usually either a physician refers them. We have over 900 referring physicians, and then or online. There's so much with social media.
So just if people are out there listening, watching, and maybe they're getting into physical therapy, so you get your physical therapy. When do you decide to go into that niche? I guess is how did you get to?
To get into it as a specialty.
Yes.
So, I think you have to have some sort of level of being okay with talking about things that are difficult for people to talk about, right? So you have to have an ability to have a discussion that's really sensitive to the person, but to make it, something you can have a conversation about.
Right.
But after physical therapy school, you have additional training that you need to go through once you've decided that you want to do it. And we've had, people sometimes think that they're interested in it, and then they come into it and realize it's a lot more challenging. It's hard, it's a hard line of work to do.
Well, you've done it for so long. You're doing it right, girl.
I'm trying. I'm doing it right enough anyway, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's as we wrap up, what's the future look like in that field?
It's growing. It's so I hope that more physical therapists go into this specialty. Such a need. We have about a 3-month waiting list right now.
Wow. That's too bad.
It is. And, before COVID, we had people fly in from other countries and stay in a hotel for 2 weeks to have therapy with us, which sounds flattering, but is a little disconcerting, really, because I'm sorry that they don't next door to every outpatient ortho place where you can go for tennis elbow or rotator cuff issues, you ought to have a pelvic health clinic. Yeah.
Well,
so
hopefully being on that show sparks it out there, right?
Right.
That's what the show's all about.
Absolutely.
Well, cheers to you. Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you. Thanks for
that's
having
awesome.
me, guys.
And a woman that has a beer with us at the bar is able to
My pleasure. Yes, thank you.
All right. Hey, we're always meeting new people, and what they're doing out here in our great city, it's so awesome. Every single week, we get to meet people like that. If you like these conversations, check out more at iwanttabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.